You must not have a Facebook yet at this point?
No, somebody put me up on the Facebook, but that's it. I don't see any point in that.
He may be the founding father of Singapore, but Minister Mentor Lee Kuan Yew doesn't seem to be an early adopter of technology. How tech-savvy is he then?
It started off with a computer. It's gone on to the internet. I haven't gone on to the BlackBerry because it's too small for me and my thumb. There are some things I don't try. But otherwise, I keep up with it.
Hewlett-Packard, or HP, celebrated its 40th anniversary in Singapore. In 1970, it was one of the earliest multinational companies to set foot in Singapore. From a rented factory in Red Hill with only 62 employees, HP Singapore grew steadily to become a multi-billion-dollar company and the largest exporter in Singapore. Minister Mentor Lee Kuan Yew was the guest of honour and held an open dialogue session with over 200 guests. Singapore adopted an export-oriented strategy in its early years due to its small population and lack of natural resources. To create jobs, Lee, who was then Prime Minister of Singapore, encouraged foreign MNCs into the country. Why did he do so?
Well, when we started, I concluded that you need a large population base to throw up high-quality companies. If you have a small population base, unless you're very talented, you won't have good, strong companies. And for Singapore and our neighbors to throw out such companies, I couldn't see any. So I decided our strategy was best to train our workers in English and get the multinationals to bring their best practices here, train our workers at all levels, and catch up. And that was what happened.
In what some are calling the Asian century, where economies like China and India are booming, will Singapore lose out to its Chinese and Indian counterparts?
There are 1.3 billion people, and for every talented person we have, there are 4,000 of them. How do we stay ahead? First, we are more exposed to the world. They are more insular. Yes, a few go abroad, and now exposed to the world, but the majority stay within the country, speak only Chinese, and do not really have an international outlook. Singaporeans raise their hands. Will Singaporeans who have not been traveling raise their hands? That speaks volumes. But you go to China and says, all Chinese raise their hand. All Chinese who have traveled raise their hands, and very few will put up their hands. And all Chinese who speak also English raise their hands. Again, very few. So yes, they'll have the talent. Yes, they can invent new gadgets. But the connected the world, we are better connected.
To find out what else Lee shared at HP's 40th anniversary celebrations of being in Singapore, catch the full dialogue in our other clips.